Hi everyone, welcome to Duo 3. I'm Lester and today I shall continue the charting series with you guys. And as always, I've prepared a scenario over here for everyone to refer to. So today's scenario will be you have just been promoted to become a departmental store manager and your new director would love to see the performance for the year itself. However, he's very undecided about what information he would like to present during the meeting. And he told you to prepare a chart that can be easily changed to accommodate to the dynamic nature of this particular meeting. So clearly the task here today will be to develop a chart that is dynamic in nature, which is what I would like to introduce to everyone. It's called pivot charts. So clearly, as the name suggests, we will need to prepare a pivot table first before we can create a pivot chart. So over here, I've prepared a very simple set of data. First column being the quarters, followed by the department, and then the sales amount itself. So, without further ado, I shall kickstart the session. So, firstly, we prepare the pivot table first. As always, the instructions are over here, and if you are lost anywhere along the way, do feel free to follow the detailed instructions. So, firstly, we select the data, right? We go to the insert ribbon. Under group tables, we look for pivot table. Click on that. And this time round, we like to have the pivot table on the worksheet itself. So we click on existing worksheet and we select the location. So the location, we will have it at E15. Click on OK. So here we have a raw body for the pivot table. What we want would be for the quarters to appear under the row and the department under the column. Naturally, the amount should fall under values. So here we have ourselves a very basic simple pivot table. So with this pivot table, we can start building our pivot chart. So as always, we need to select the object itself. So we select the pivot table, and Excel, as always, is very smart. It knows that you have selected the particular object, and this time round is pivot table. So it has created more options for you to work on the pivot table. So which is called pivot table tools, of course. And under options, under the group tools, we'll find pivot chart. Click on that. And this time around, let's do something very simple but different from what we have done before. This time we'll do a line graph. Click on line and click on OK. So here we have a very simple pivot chart. And over here, I've pre-prepared a regular chart itself. So let me do the naming of the chart. So let's give the chart a name as similarly best department store, right? Okay, so here we have both the charts side by side. So we can see what's the main difference between the charts. So clearly the gray boxes over here, the department, as well as the quarters over here, the bottom left corner. These are the two main tools that differentiates a pivot chart from a regular chart. So what a pivot chart allows us to do would be to toggle between the different sets of data that we'd like to show on the chart itself. So let's say your director today would like to show only the menswear and the shoes, right? So click on the gray box and you will realize that it allows you to toggle between what kind of data set you'd like to present on the chart itself. So let's deselect the other categories and click on OK. So you see the pivot chart actually presents only the data that you have selected, and over here you can also choose what quarters you would like to show. So compared to a regular chart, a pivot chart is clearly more dynamic in nature, and it allows you to toggle the different data sets you would like to show at a fly, right? So I hope this session has been useful for you guys, and I look forward to sharing more charting tools with you guys next time. Thanks everyone.